I'm Judith Collins.
I'm Paul Collins.
We've been together since we were 17 years old. We're best friends, aren't we?
Yep.
Yep, best friends.
Yep. And we're quiet achievers.
Quiet achievers. And we've been on a journey of sustainable living for a long time, 50 years, 50 plus years. Growing our own food, which was all destroyed by the bushfire. We had our own fish in our dams. We had pigs, we had a milking cow, we had sheep, we had ducks, geese, turkeys for Christmas, we had chickens, we had quail, and we had meat rabbits. Then we grow all our vegetables, we grow all our fruit and nuts, all our berries and our spices. Paul trained as a naturopath, so we grow all our herbs, make our own medicines. So that's just our lifestyle up to 2019. And that's when the fire hit us and completely wiped it all out, all gone. We haven't been depressed by the fire, have we? No. No, not at all. We just started to make a plan and how to recover. We moved 5 times in 9 weeks. And the Country Women's Association phoned us and said, we have a property, you can stay there until you can find something else. And that's where we went to. And then right at the right time, the Red Cross came to the rescue. They began to give out their donations to fire impacted people. They gave us $5,000. We went to Best Sheds at Narellan and they said, we don't know what we can do, but come in, sit down, let's talk about it and let's make a plan. And they did. So that was basically our journey, and we started to take hold, didn't we, Paul?
Yep, and five and a half weeks later we moved into the shed.
Then we found that when we moved into the shed and we were setting ourselves up, because we knew that we'd have to live in it for at least 2 years. So we made it comfortable. We do everything ourselves. We built all our own houses, our own kitchens, our own sheds. Paul repairs all the farm machinery and the cars, so we usually can-do people.
I think as a couple we've learned that all our preconceived ideas and things we've thought about each other over the last 50 years were true. There's an implicit trust, interconnectedness that's unexplainable. I think it was primary reaction after the fire was not to dwell on what has passed, but to actually start developing mentally as a new project.
When he was up, I could be up with him, but if I was down, he'd pull me up.
Yeah.
If he was down, I'd pull him up.
Yeah.
I spent the 19 months that we lived in the shed, I spent all that time searching and searching and searching for the right pieces of furniture to work in all the rooms of the house. I walked into the tile shops and I said, what do you have in job lots? Job lots are the tiles that are left over from jobs that tilers do. So all our house is furnished with those. As I said earlier, I had to do that, or otherwise we couldn't buy a new tractor. And we didn't buy a new tractor, we bought second-hand everything. And that's how we managed to squeeze and make the money. Because when you lose 100% of your property, 100% with nothing left, there's no way your insurance will ever cover that loss. No way. We were going to make the situation work for us. And that's why we had to work out strategies.
I made sure that the appliances we bought were the appliances we had in the old house, like the toaster and the jug and all that, which was familiar.
Yeah.
So you created some familiarity, so it wasn't all loss.
And the rains came several months later, and we kept looking at the property to see what would come back to life. And then the bananas came up, and then the pomegranates got leaves. Then some of the herbs came back. Some of the vegetables came back. Capsicums came back to life. It was just mind-blowing watching nature recover. And what we face now, we've got the joy of being in the house that we designed, that we furnished, that Paul built the kitchen. We see all the work that's yet to be done that has no funds.
There's little pleasures like 5 kilo cauliflower.
Oh yes. There's joys in the recovery. When people are recovering from any kind of disaster, whether it's floods or whether it's fire, whether it's cyclones, whatever the disaster is, you've got to stop, take a walk in some fresh air and learn to think outside the box. Then find out how you can get what you want. Don't settle for anything less.
Look at it as a re-evaluation of your life. You're creating a new life. And there's things that you had in your old life that were absolutely, utterly useless for you, so why do you need it? And I think that psychologically and mentally, that's much more productive than anything else you can do.